Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Medasvi Commerce Classes. Uh, Today we are going to solve the problems in your accountancy. That is, I have taken your 12 marks problem first. So in the 12 marks, as we all know that totally in your question paper they used to give you 6 problems, out of which you have to attend only 3 problems. See, the major advantage of this accountancy is if you practice these 3 problems for entire year, you can easily pass in your accountancy subject. But that is not only our criteria. Our criteria is to score out of 8 in your paper. So now we'll move on to this 12 marks problem. Before I explain this 12 marks problem, if you people are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel Medasvi Commerce Classes. Share it with your friends also, so that I am going to solve n number of problems which will help you people for preparation for your annual examination. Thank you. Coming to this, the problems which we are going to solve today is, I have taken a chapter called as dissolution of partnership firm. One compulsory 12 marks problem, you are going to get it in your annual examination. Keep it in your mind. You have to attend only 3 problems. Out of those 3, 1 problem you take it as a dissolution. Very simple, very easy. I'll give you so many tips and so many things which you can solve this problem in a simple manner. Okay, you just follow those things and then it will become very easy for you people to solve this problem. Okay, so first problem, you people completely listen to my entire video. Don't skip the video. From the next problem, if you people can solve along with me, that will be very much helpful. So while I am solving the problem, if you solve, it will be very much helpful. It will make you people to understand the concept very simple and very easy. So before solving the problem, first we'll understand the concept of this dissolution. It will take only hardly 5 minutes. So what is this dissolution? See, as you all know that partnership is nothing but when 2 or more people combine together, they are going to do one business. For that business, we are going to call it as a partnership business. So when partnership business, if you want to close down your partnership business, assume that you are doing a business from past 3 years. Now you want to close down your partnership business. Closing down in the sense, we can't easily close the door and go out of the business, right? So here what you are supposed to do, you have to prepare some books of accounts while closing your business. What is this dissolution? Dissolution is nothing but closing down of your business. So in this chapter, in this problems, we are going to study the entire accounting procedure which you have to follow to close down your partnership business. Okay, so what are the books of accounts you have to maintain, what you are supposed to do it, how you have to share your profits and losses, how you have to sell your assets, how you have to pay your liabilities, everything we are going to in detail learn in this particular by solving this problem. Okay, so coming to this, so as we all know that if we are doing with a partnership business or any type of business, we'll be having 2 concepts first. One is your assets and another one is your liability. What is your assets? Assets is nothing but the properties which is owned by your business. Like for example, the furnitures, what you have, the land and building, what you have, the machineries, the stock, the bank balance, the cash balance, all this called as your assets, the properties which if you are going to sell, you can get the money from it. Okay, and another one is liabilities. Liabilities is nothing but the debt, the obligations which you have to pay it. Maybe you have to pay it to the outsiders, or it may be which you have to pay it to the insiders. Insiders here is nothing but the partners, which you have to pay it to the partners or which you have to pay it to the outsiders, liabilities. So these 2 concepts plays a very, very important role. Why? Because when we are closing down the business, you have to sell all your assets. Because when you sell the assets, you will receive the money, right? So you have to sell all the assets. Then after selling the assets, what you are supposed to do? You have to pay all the liabilities. After paying the liabilities, whatever the remaining money which is left out with you people, that will be distributed among you in your profit sharing ratios. Okay, this is a brief thing about your dissolution. Okay, now coming to this, ma'am, what are the accounts which you have to prepare? Basically, keep it in your mind, when you are solving the dissolution problem, we have to prepare 3 accounts. One is your realization account, partners capital account and bank account. What is this realization account? See, realization account, it is a type of account which is prepared to realize all your assets and to pay all your liabilities. Realize is nothing but to sell. Sell all your assets, pay all your liabilities, and the balance will be distributed among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Okay, next, partners capital account will be calculated to find out how much money you have to pay to each partner. Okay, and then bank account will be done to check whatever the money you have received, whether you have distributed or spent all that money or not. Keep it in your mind, bank account should get tally always. Okay, here one thing, we no need to prepare the balance sheet, that one you have to keep it in your mind. Balance sheet contains assets and liabilities. Your business is not continuing, you are stopping the business, you are closing the business, so balance sheet will not be prepared. The three accounts which you are going to prepare is realization account, partners capital account and bank account. Hope you got an intro about it. Now we'll move on to solve the problem. So here I am going to take max to max all your question paper problems for solving. Remaining problems you people solve it by your own. If you have any doubt in any of the problem, if you put it in a comment, I'll just solve that particular problem in my next video. Okay, now we'll move on to solving this problem. Okay, I have I think you people can see it on the screen. March 2023 question paper problem I have taken for today's solution. We'll just go through with the problem first, then we'll see how to solve the problem. Okay, so Mohan and Manju are partners. There are two partners, Mohan and Manju are partners in a firm, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. Very, very important. In which ratio they are sharing the profits and losses? 3:2. And we have got a balance sheet which contains liabilities and which contains assets. Liabilities is nothing but the money which you have to pay. The assets is nothing but the properties. If you are going to sell it, you are going to get the money from it. They have given few liabilities over here and they have given few assets over here. So what you are supposed to do in the dissolution, you have to sell all these assets. Sell is nothing but realize. You have to realize all these assets, sell all these assets and pay all these liabilities. Pay all these liabilities. That's why we got a balance sheet over here. Sell all these assets, pay all these liabilities. Now you can ask me a question. Ma'am, selling in the sense, how I come to know for what price I can sell? Paying for how much money I have to pay, that information no need to worry, they will give it in your adjustments. See here below they have given, I hope you people can see, on the above date in the sense which date? On the balance sheet date, that is on 31st/3/22. On the above date, the firm was dissolved. Dissolved is nothing but the firm was closed. Firm was closed. The assets were realized. Realized is nothing but the assets were sold. Assets were sold as follows. So you are selling bills receivable for this much, debtors for this much. Like this, they have given you few assets which you have sold. And they have also given furniture was taken over by Manju for ₹9,000. See, two partners are there, Mohan and Manju. Manju, what he is doing, he has taken the furniture for ₹9,000. What he told, anyway you are selling all the assets, no, I require furniture. So instead of selling that furniture to somebody else, I will only purchase that furniture. I will only take that furniture. For how much money he has taken? For 9,000. Okay. And all the liabilities were paid in full. So after selling all the assets, what you did? You have paid all the liabilities. Okay. Now you have paid all the liabilities. Liabilities were paid in full. Next one is dissolution expenses. Very, very important. Dissolution expenses amounted to ₹2,000. Ma'am, what is this dissolution expenses? See, when you want to sell your assets, when you have to pay your liabilities, you incur some expenses. Maybe you have to pay some commission or you have to, pay some charges. It may be anything. So to do all these things, this partnership firm also incurred expenses of 2000. See, dissolution expenses is also called as realization expenses. In few problems, they will give you as realization expenses. Okay, dissolution expenses is also called as realization expenses. Hope you people understood the problem now. First, they have given how much assets are there, how many liabilities are there. Then they have given the information about for what price you have sold the assets and how you have paid the liabilities, what is your realization expenses. This much information is there. First, you should understand the problem carefully. Now we'll solve the problem. As you all know that I've already told you the accounts which you have to prepare is, one is realization account and another one is partners capital account and another one is bank account. Realization account, partners capital account and bank account. Realization account, if you do it correctly, you will get 6 marks. Partners capital account, if you do it correctly, you will get 3 marks. Bank account, if you do it correctly, you will get 3 marks. So total it is 12 marks problem. Okay. Now, Aram se we'll just do with the realization account first. Ma'am, how to do with the realization account? See, very simple. I'll list out few steps. You just go through with these steps. Then it will be very easy for you people to do the realization account. Step number 1. Record all assets in the debit side of realization account, except ma'am, what and all you should not record. This is very, very important. Except cash in hand, cash at bank, any P&L account given, and PBD or RBD given in your asset side. Keep it in your mind. Except these items, whatever the items given in the asset side. See, in the asset side you can see many items. Except those items, you have to record all the items in the debit side of your realization account. This is the step number 1. So now we'll do with the first step number 1. So we'll see and we'll move on to one by one over here. Okay. I hope we'll go with the debit side. Except these many things. Except which and all? See, I've told you here, I've written here. Okay, record all the assets in the debit side of realization account except cash in hand, cash at bank, P&L account and RBD. So we have cash at bank here. Don't record this. You just leave it this. Except that you record all these items in the debit side of your realization account. So we'll move on to one by one. So first one is 2 bills receivable. 2 bills receivable. So how much is the bills receivable? Bills receivable is 8,000. Next, 2 debtors. Debtors is how much? 30,000. Next, 2 stock. Stock is how much? 17,000. Next, 2 furniture. See, I hope you people are concentrating. I am recording only one by one item. 2 furniture. Furniture is how much? 10,000. Next, 2 machinery. 2 machinery. Machinery is how much? 25,000. Okay, I hope you people can see here. I have put 2 amount column. This individual item you take it to the second amount column. Okay, so after machinery what you have? 2 building. to building. Building is how much? 60,000. So now we have completed with the first this one. I think we have completed with the first step. Step number 1 is completed. What is the step number 2? Now we'll move on to step number 2. So step number 2 is step 2, record all external liabilities. External liabilities to credit side of realization account. What is this external liabilities? External is nothing but the money which you have to pay to the outsiders. That all those liabilities you have to record it in the credit side of your realization account. So ma'am, then what you are not supposed to record it here? Except keep it in your mind. Except reserve fund or reserve fund or general reserve. We'll call it as general reserve. P&L account, any partner's loan and capitals. Okay, so what and all you should not record? Reserve fund, general reserve, P&L account, partner's loan. You have to keep it in your mind. If he is a partner, if he has given a loan to you, don't take it here. If he is, for example, his wife has given the loan, or his husband has given the loan, his son has given the loan, relative has given the loan, whoever it may be, you have to record it, because they will become externals to you people. But partner is a internal. Partner loan should not be recorded, and also capitals. So apart from this, whatever the things which you have it, all the things you have to record it in the credit side of your realization account. So now we will see Mohan. Mohan is there. Mohan is a partner. So Mohan is a partner, so don't record partner's loan. Reserve fund should not be recorded. Capitals should not be recorded. Then which you have to record? You have to record only creditors and bills payable. So now we will move on to your creditors and bills payable. By creditors how much amount? 30,000. By bills payable how much? 10,000. Okay, now second step is also completed. Come to the next step, step number 3. Now sell all the assets. Okay, we'll sell all the assets now. So for what price they have sold, they have given here. See, it is very simple. Recording will be done in the debit side, selling will be done in the credit side. Opposite, it will come like this, cross. Recording will be done in the debit side, selling will be done in the credit side. So now we'll come to the credit side. So when you sell the assets, you are going to receive the money. Whether we are receiving it to the cash or whether it is credited to our bank account. So how we come to know? See, keep it in your mind. In your problem, if they have given cash at bank, it is understood that you are receiving that money to the bank. If they have given it as cash in hand, you have to write it as cash. You are receiving through a cash only. So ma'am, if both the things are given, then you should consider bank only, because these transactions usually will happen through a bank only. So now first we will record it as by bank account over here, because we are selling the assets. So in the bracket we will write it as assets realized. Okay, fine. Assets realized. Now For what price you have sold the assets? One by one assets you have to write it. See, they have given here, we have information. We'll just take one by one. Bills receivable. Bills receivable. See, take it to the inner column. Total will take it to the outer column. Okay. So here, if you people can observe, I have not written by, because these are all the things which will go to the bank account. By bank account, this will comes under the bank account. So record it individually. So don't write to and by over here. Bills receivable, how much you have sold? It is given here. You people can see 6,500. Next, what you have? Debtors. Debtors, for what price they have sold? Debtors sold is 25,000. Next, what you have? Stock. Stock, at what price they have sold? Stock is sold at 15,000. Next, what you have? Machinery. Machinery. Machinery, at what price they have sold? 22,000. Next, what you have? Building. Building they have sold at 65,000. That's all right, the information given here. But once you have sold all this, you have to cross check it whether you have sold all the assets or not. So we'll just go through with it. We have bills receivable over here. Bills receivable we have sold for 6,500. Yes, bills receivable is completed. Debtors we have sold for 25,000. Debtors is completed. Stock you have sold. Yes, stock is completed. Furniture you have sold. No, furniture you have not sold. Machinery you have sold. Yes, machinery you have sold. Building you have sold. Building, yes, you have sold. But you see it over here. Furniture was taken over by Manju. Manju is taking the furniture. So we'll just put it because Manju will take the furniture. See, any partner should take the asset, or you have to sell the assets. Remaining what and all you will be having, you are going to sell those assets at the book value only, even though they have not given the information. Keep it in your mind. Only a tangible asset. Now we'll just add all these items. We'll add all these items and we'll write the total in the outside column. Okay. So when we add all these items, we are going to get 1,33,500 rupees. Have you got this 1,33,500? When you are going to add all these items, you are going to get 1,33,500 rupees. Okay. So now we have sold the assets and one asset is taken over by one partner. So we'll just record that here itself, because individually we are recording, you record it as by. Who has taken over? By Manju. By Manju capital account. By Manju capital account, we'll just record it as what he took over? Furniture. In the bracket, we'll mention it as furniture taken over. Furniture taken over. For how much price he has took over the furniture? He has took the furniture at rupees 9,000. So now we have sold all the assets. Now, after selling the assets, what you are supposed to do? Now you have to pay the liabilities. Ma'am, I have sold, I have got 1,33,500. So I will go now. No, you have to pay the liabilities, right? Step number 3. Step number 4. Pay the liabilities. Only the external liabilities you have to pay. So now we'll finish up with the pay the liabilities here. See here, liabilities we have recorded in the credit side. The payment will come to the debit side of your realization account. When you are paying, it will be debited from your bank account. So you have to mention it as bank only. To bank account. To bank account. So how many liabilities we have? See, you can see it over here. Only the external liabilities are only 2. We have only 2 external liabilities, that is, one is creditors and one is bills payable. Here they have given all the liabilities were paid in full. So you have to pay the entire liabilities over here. So we'll pay one by one. First is creditors. Creditors how much? We'll write it to the inner column, total it, and we'll take it to the outer column, 30,000. Next you have bills payable. Bills payable. Bills payable how much it is? 10,000. So when you add it, it will come to total 40,000. That is 30,000 plus 10,000. When you add it, it will come to 40,000. Now, fourth step is also completed. What is the step number 5? Only 5 steps in the realization account. Step number 5. Pay the realization expenses. Pay the realization expenses. Now pay the realization expenses. Okay, we'll pay. How much is the realization expenses? They have given here 2000 is the realization expenses. Payment will be done in the debit side only. Below that you just write it as to bank account. We are going to pay it through a bank account only, through to bank account. In the bracket we'll mention it as dissolution expenses. Dissolution expenses paid. Okay, how much is the dissolution expenses they have given? 2000. Directly we'll take it to the outer column, 2000. Understood? I hope you people have understood. You don't have any doubt in this. Now, completed with all the steps. After completing with all the steps, now the last thing what you are supposed to do is that you have to total the amount column. Just total the outer amount column. Keep it in your mind. Outer amount column you have to total it. That is this second amount column. You just total it and check which side it is more. Okay, which side it is more, we'll just check it. So now we'll total with the debit side. Fine. When we total with the debit side, you have 1,92,000. When we total with the credit side, we have 1,82,500. 1,82,500. So your debit side is only more. So which side it is more? That amount you write it on both the sides. 1,92,000. You write that amount on both the sides. 1,92,000. Now, from this 1,92,000, you minus all these items. How much you have? That is 1,80,000. 1,82,500, you just minus it from the 1,92,000. That amount you write it here. So when you minus it, you will get the answer of 9,500 rupees. So see, keep it in your mind. When your debit side is more, when your debit side is more, then it is loss. When your credit side is more, then it is profit. Okay, this one you have to keep it in your mind. So now this loss, now in this problem we have got a loss. This loss should be distributed among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. So we'll just it is by, right? By loss transferred to, we'll just put colon and write down one by one. Who is the first partner? First partner is Mohan. In the bracket we'll just mention it 9,500 into what is its ratio? 3 by 2. 3 by 2 in the sense 3 plus 2 is 5. So which comes to 9,500 into 3 by 2, which comes to, for E has to pay 5,700. And next Manju equals 9,500 into 2 by 5. 2 by 5, which comes to 3,800. Okay. So when you add these two things, you should get 9,500 rupees. Okay, 9,500. Total loss is how much? 9,500. Mohan has to pay you 5,700. Manju has to pay you 3,800. So this is called as your realization account. See, keep it in your mind. Very simple and very easy, because it is a first problem. You people may get confused. So step number 1, record all the assets in the debit side except cash in hand, cash at bank, P&L account, PBD and RBD. Step number 2, record all the external liabilities to the credit side except reserve fund, general reserve, P&L account, partners loan and capitals. Next, sell all the assets, pay all the liabilities, pay the realization expenses. That's it, which you are going to finish up with the realization account. Now, after realization account, next is partners capital account. So hence the name of the account itself is telling partners capital. First you have to record the capitals of the partners. Capitals of the partners will come to the credit side as by balance brought down. Ma'am, where they will give this capitals? See, in the problem here they have given in the adjustment, Manju 60,000, Mohan 60,000, Manju 40,000. Mohan will record it as 60,000. Manju will record it as 40,000. Okay. After completing the partner's capital account, now you go whether you have earned a profit or loss in the realization account. It is loss. See, loss, it is very simple. Loss is recorded in which side? It is recorded in the credit side. So, in the partner's capital account, it will come to the debit side. Okay, it will come to the debit side. So, what you are supposed to write it here? So, we will record the loss first by to realization account, because it has calculated in the realization account, right? Realization account. Mohan loss is how much? 5,700. Manju loss is how much? 3,800. Okay. After this, first record the balance, then the realization profit or loss. Then now you check it over here. You have any reserve fund given in the problem? Yes, you can see it here. Reserve fund or general reserve 15,000. That reserve fund should be distributed among both the partners in their profit sharing ratio. So by reserve fund. By reserve fund. So, how much it is? So, you have to distribute. What is the reserve fund value? Reserve fund value is 15,000. You can see it over here. Reserve fund value is 15,000. 15,000, we have to distribute it in which ratio? In what is their profit sharing ratio? 3:2. Distribute it in 3:2 ratio. Okay. So, when you distribute 15,000 into 3:2, which comes to 9,000 and 6,000. So, after completing the reserve fund, you check any P&L account is given in any side of the balance sheet. We don't have any P&L account, just leave it off. So, first balance, realization profit or loss, reserve fund or general reserve. Coming to the next one, any partner have taken any assets or any partner have taken any liabilities. So, you can see it over here, Manju, by Manju's capital account, you can see it here, right? Manju has taken over furniture. For how much price he has took over furniture? He has taken the furniture for 9,000. So, here you have written it in the credit side. So, that will come to the debit side as to realization account in the bracket furniture taken over. Furniture taken over. Okay. So, who has took over furniture? Manju. So, write it in the Manju column. For how much price he has took over? 9,000. So, he has not taken over anything. We will just mention it like this, dash. Okay. Next. First, write the balance. Next, loss, profit or loss. Next, reserve fund or general reserve. Next, anything which you have taken. Which any partner, any asset which is the partner have been taken over. Okay. Now, that's it. We don't have any other items to be recorded. See, partner's capital account is so simple. Now, we'll just total it. Which side it is more? Obviously, you have credit side as a more. So, we'll record that credit side total on both the sides. Here we have 69,000. Here we have 46,000. Write it on both the sides. 69,000, 46,000. Now, from this you minus these items. So, 69,000 minus 5,700, which comes to 63,300. Now, here 46,000 minus 9,000 minus 3,800, which comes to 33,200. This is the money which you have to pay to the partners. So, we will write it as to bank account. To bank account. In the bracket, we will write it as balance brought down. BD is nothing but, BF is nothing but balancing figure. So, after balancing it, we got this amount. Hope you people understood with the partner's capital account. So, first record the balance, then profit or loss, reserve fund or general reserve, any asset taken over. That's it. Only 4 steps. Total it and balance it. Now, we'll move on to the preparation of the bank account. So, bank account is also, first when you are going to prepare it, you have to first record the balance. So, balance will be recorded in the debit side of your bank account. So, to balance brought down. So, ma'am, How much is the balance? That will be given in your question. See, cash at bank, you have 10,000. Write that 10,000 here. Fine. Now, bank account is so simple. Now come to the realization account. Realization account, you just see where and all you have a bank. Okay, you can see it over here. Here you have a bank. I'll just highlight it. Here you have a bank, right? It is there in which side? Debit side. If it is there in the debit side, it will come to the credit side. So, we'll write it in the credit side by realization account. That is liabilities paid. Liabilities paid. How much it is? We'll just go through with that and we'll check. It is total is 40,000. Total is 40,000. We'll record 40,000 here. Next you check any bank account is there. Oh, you can see it over here. Here you have another one bank account. Bank account. So, which side it is there? It is there in the debit side. Fine. Debit side. Now, it will go to the credit side again by realization account. So, here realization expenses, or they have given it as dissolution, right? Dissolution expenses paid. Dissolution expenses paid. How much it is? We have seen just now. It is 2,000. Okay. Next. Okay. Completed with these two here. Now come to the credit side. Here you check anywhere you have bank. Yes, you can see it over here. Here you have bank. And the total amount is 1,33,500. Okay, fine. Now, it is there in the credit side, so it will come to the debit side. To realization account. To realization account. That is assets realized. Okay. How much? Do you remember the amount? 1,33,500. Ma'am, completed in the realization account. Now, entire bank, everything is completed. Now, after this, come to the balance sheet. Balance sheet, you check whether you have to pay any loan to any of the partner. Yes, you have the loan over here, the partner's loan. That is Mohan's loan is there. First, you write the Mohan's loan. Which side it is there? Liability side. In the sense, you have it in the left side. It will come to the right side. That is to the credit side. By who is that fellow? Mohan's loan account. How much is the loan? Did you observe? I have not observed. Mohan's loan account 5,000. Okay, fine, 5,000. 5,000. Next, completed. That is also completed. Okay, next now come to the partner's capital account. You check anywhere it is bank. Yes, here you have bank. Oh, you have bank over here. Yes. So, we'll record it one by one. Ma'am, we have Mohan column also, Manju column also. Both the things you take it. It is there in the debit side. You take it to the credit side by Mohan's capital account. Capital account. How much is Mohan? Mohan amount is 63,300. Come to this side by Manju capital account. That is, the amount is 33,200. That's it, bank account. See, here you have only balance and assets realized, your liabilities paid, expenses paid, any partner's loan and capital. Now, we'll just see whether it has been tallying or not. So, here you have 1,43,500. Here you have 1,43,500. Here it has tallied 1,43,500. We'll just 1,43,500, 1,43,500. Yes, it's been tallied. See, so simple, right? It is very easy to solve the problems. I'll just make it as a bold so that you people can easily see the problem. Okay, understood? Any doubt? No doubt. So realization account, you people keep it only 5 things in your mind. First, record the asset, record the liabilities, sell the assets, pay the liabilities, pay the expenses. Partners capital account, record the balance, general reserve, profit or loss on realization, any asset or liabilities taken over. Bank account, where and all you have bank in your partners capital and in your realization, record it to the opposite side of your bank account. And then only the partner's loan, you just put the partner's loan also in your bank account. See, so simple the problem is, right? So it is very simple, compulsory problem, 12 marks problem. Make sure that you are going to attend this problem in your examination. This is simple problem which I have taken for this video. Next video I'll come up with the more complicated problems. Until that, you practice that problem. Stay tuned to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.